2. Welcome out. We are live at Greenmount Station. We are in Hempstead where you can hear a pin drop.
There we go.
You can hear a rat piss on cotton. No, that was Ray Lewis. Sorry about that. Luke Jones joining us here and making his debut, and very nervous, I can tell. The second main event. We had Mike Flynn for a long time, a real Maine guy. We're going to learn about all the joys of Orono. We welcome Pat Ricard out tonight. Hey, man, guy plays offense and defense. That's twice as loud.
And special teams.
And special teams. Mm-hmm. We don't want to forget that part of it. First off, I said I don't know you at all, and you've been around for a couple of years. And you've made this impact. And I went up to you and I said something that was really honest. I said, I've decided you're my new favorite Raven. I did say that.
You did.
And don't tell Andrews because look, she's diabetic like Andrews, so she's Andrews. But I try to find a favorite player, and I haven't had one since Joe left. So I need to find a new one. Well, when Joe was here, he had to be my favorite player because he won a Super Bowl. I don't forget these things. Maybe other people forget the parade, but I remember the parade. So, we get to talking a little bit, and I said to you, do you know Mike Flynn? And you said he has a shrine in the Maine locker room. This is what he said. And I said, all right, now I got to have you on the program. Because I want to almost pipe Flynn in right now and just get some FaceTime to hear that Mike Flynn's a big deal in Maine because Flynn helped build this program, right, honey? Right, exactly, back in the day.
Yeah, like right as soon as you get in the locker room, there's literally a locker that's just completely just all his stuff. Ravens helmet,
I want to go to Maine.
Helmet. It's got everything on there. It's almost like a shrine. It's just Mike Flynn. And I guess he played here for 10 years.
Like that, yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
he did the show
crazy.
all the time. He would always say, when somebody stands you up, just call me, I'll come out. After we lose, I'll come out. So about 4 years ago, my wife tailgates on the other side of the stadium. We have to walk past the stadium. And we got up early that morning. It was a beautiful day. We're standing out in front of the stadium, and there's one guy standing there. A lot of people, and he's wearing a Flynn 62 jersey. And I got this picture of him that looks like art. And I sent it to him, and I said, they never forget. They never forget you, Mm-hmm. So Flynn's the best. And the main event, they used to make, up in Westminster for training camp, they would do a lobster night for Flynn. Billick always made sure that happened. So Flynn's not coming back this week for Billick. This is going to be, you're going to see the old school love for the old guys this week as Brian Billick goes in the ring. Where were you when we won our first Super Bowl? How old were you in 2001?
2001?
Yes.
I was in first grade. First and second grade. I was born in 94, so.
Wow, this is really getting weird now. Lamar was born after the franchise was founded.
Right.
Yeah. Which
we're now in that territory.
Really weirds a guy out that had a crab cake with Ray Lewis after the first game, right? So that's how long I've been doing this. So we're pretty loose around here, man, but I appreciate you coming out. I would think you're one of the busier dudes in the building, right? Because, the guys make fun of you because you go from the defensive meetings. You have to, get up and, take your books and leave class, kind of, sort of, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I'll be with the offense, just getting the install and stuff, and then midway through, it's all right, got to go to the defense now and see what they're doing. And it's constant. Whenever the offense has walkthroughs and I'm with the defense, I have to leave midway, go with them, and it's constant. It's all the time. And then if I don't do that, later on after meetings, I have to meet with them separately and just.
What did I miss?
Constant.
What did I miss?
Yeah, every day.
It's almost like being on a college basketball team, right? You just can fly away and you come back and say, what did I miss, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you
think
still
you're doing okay, though?
do you still identify as a defensive player, though? I mean, that's what you came in as. You played that in college. I mean, at times you're playing way more fullback, but
yeah, I mean, it's tough, because
it's a good problem to have, though.
Yeah,
I didn't know what to call you. In Twitter, you only get so many characters. I didn't know whether to. I just called you a football player.
That's pretty much what I've been.
Hybrid.
Yeah, it's been right now. It's been 50-50. In the past, it's been mostly offense. That's mostly I've been playing. But now this year, it's been more getting involved in the defense and. But yeah, it's great. It's a lot, but I like it.
When do you relax, though, during a game? I mean, we always hear about sudden change situations, but you could be on the field at any point. You even play special teams. Is there ever a time where they'll say, okay, you'll have a breather for a few snaps here, but be ready?
Yeah, I don't sit down during the game. And that's one that's kind of tough because I have to figure out a time. All right, let me just sit down for a couple of plays and make sure that they don't need me for anything. It's usually when we're punting the ball and I know I'm not up on offense for a rep or two.
Keep your helmet around.
Yeah.
I guess for you, this is the strangest thing because of all you've been through to be now not just playing a little bit, but having to be involved in all of this, going from sort of not dressing at various points to this so quickly for you. There must be a little pinch me moment in a little bit of this for how hard you've worked to do this because none of you, we have 90 guys out there in the summer. All of those guys are working, and you were one of those guys. And so was Mike Flynn, by the way. We took great pride in that. So with the Shrine, the undrafted guys. But the Ravens have made a living on that for 25 years, finding guys, sort of hiding them away a little bit, coaching them up, footballing them up. But then something like you emerges where you're out there and you're clearly in the middle of things, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about the Ravens, just undrafted guys coming in and making a name for themselves. And like me, I came as a defensive lineman, and they gave me the opportunity to play fullback. And that's something that a lot of teams don't do. So that's just, I'm so grateful for the Ravens for doing that. Got me on the team and made me work on the D-line also for the last couple of years, and now I'm really contributing on all sides of the ball.
I want to credit Jeff Zrebeck because he wrote a great piece about you for The Athletic, and I know you tweeted out, and I flew back with Jeff on the early flight from Kansas City. I had barbecue, he didn't. But in doing this, I guess the sponsor of all of this is John Harbaugh, right? I mean, at the beginning, this is John Harbaugh's idea, kind of, sort of? He took credit for it.
Yeah, according to him. It was him.
It was his quote.
Yeah. According to him, and it was Greg Roman. He was the run game coordinator.
But to look at you and say, all right, we want you to do this instead of what you've always done or what you think you can do, to embrace that from the beginning. I mean, was it like, hey, that's a good idea, or hey, I never thought of that, or?
For me?
Yes.
At that point, I was just trying to make the team. So, like, if they said, hey, go play fullback, all right, go play quarterback, okay.
Go kick the ball.
yeah, pretty much. Like, whatever they wanted me to do, I was going to do it, and I was going to do it the best I could.
But did you see the possibility? Did you see, like, hey, they think I can be good at that. Maybe I can be good at that.
Yeah, it was actually an OTAs my rookie year, probably a weekend, and Giro sees me in the hallway. He's like, hey, we want to try your rep at fullback. I'm like, okay.
So this is over 2 years ago now, though, right?
Yeah, my rookie season.
So we're seeing this, but this didn't happen yesterday.
No.
To make that clear.
No, this has been since I got here. And then I had a rep in OTAs, and I did pretty good. And next day in the team meeting, he showed it in front of the whole team, and they were, like, kind of impressed by it. And then it was just kind of gradual, me learning more and more, doing more and more. And then once preseason games came, probably the second game was when I actually played on the offense, and it was actually against the Dolphins, and I was laying dudes out. Like, probably had 5 pancake blocks, playing tight end and fullback, and at that point I was like, all right, I think I can do this. And then
this is fun.
Yeah, it was. And then it just became, once the regular season hit, that's when I really started playing fullback.
For you, the transition of doing this and conceptually picking up the game from the other side. I mean, for being a left fielder, right fielder in baseball, offense, defense, but even cadence, meetings, call snap, was there some benefit for you coming from a defensive mindset to get to the other side of the ball, to know what you're thinking, because it's now counterintuitive, right? You're counter-punching. What would I be doing on the other side, right?
Right. So me knowing how a defense works and how guys have to be in certain gaps and how they're going to play technique, it helps me understand how to block them better and understand where they have to be. So I know that this guy has this gap. I know where he's going to be. So on this play, I know how to attack him. And it kind of just developed. That's how I first started playing offense, because I didn't really know much offense. Last time I played offense was high school, which was graduating in 2012.
What did you do?
I played fullback.
All right.
And tight end and linebacker.
You must have been a pretty big fullback for a high school guy.
I was like 6'2", 230.
That's why you played fullback.
Yeah.
A lot of teams, that's a lineman, right, in high school, though, right?
Yeah, probably like 240.
Okay.
Depends where you are. But yeah, so it was, yeah.
Let's forget about the blocking for a second. Looking at your career numbers, I have them right here.
He always has the career
6
numbers.
career receptions, 3 touchdowns. I don't know about you, Pat, but that sounds a little Marquise Brown-like. We need to get my man the ball more often.
Pay the man.
Hey, talk to Roman, man. That's on me.
How excited do you get, though, when you know that maybe if you're not option number 1, but knowing there's a chance Lamar could be going your way?
Whenever that play's called, I get a little excited. I'm like, all right, time to really focus and make sure if he throws, I'm catching it and I'm getting in the end zone. And it's always great whenever it happens, and I'm always very excited when it does.
Do you have a touchdown dance?
The only thing I've ever done was in Pittsburgh, my rookie year. It was primetime game, so I knew if I did something, it had to be kind of cool. So I decided to shotgun the football. And no one really saw it either. I don't know why. I had the football, I hit it across my helmet, and I shotgunned it and spiked it. But no one really saw it because the camera kind of panned out when I did it. But some guys at home saw it.
You got to score another one then, right?
I know.
That's what you got to do.
I know. But when I did in Miami, we were up by 40-something, so I can't be doing that. So I just kind of said hello to Mark.
Act like you've been there before, because you have.
And our teammates were tired from
50% of the time you catch the ball, it's a touchdown.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Hall of Fame, man. We're going to Canton. Pat Ricard, we're out here at Greenmount Station tonight. All of it's brought to you by our friends at Fremont Mortgage. Swabbing for the Bone Marrow Registry, and for There Goes My Hero. Many of you remember my wife when she was a blonde. She's now a brunette. She's had her life saved. We're heading over to Germany to the man who saved her life's wedding in April, which is cool. But in the meantime, we're going to get the Ravens to the Super Bowl. We'll step out. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More with Pat Ricard. Is he an offensive player, defensive player? We'll find out more after this in Carroll County.